You are about to experience a fairy tale romance. Mark my words, because something is coming. And I'm telling you, the message that I was picking up from Spirit was you're about to experience that type of love that you always wanted, yet you never really truly believed it was possible for you. And I am so happy because honestly, the energy here, like your energy is so beautiful. I was hearing mesmerizing, hypnotizing. You're exuding something right now that is out of this world. It is otherworldly. It is really giving that energy of a fairy tale. Like you're the type of person to make things happen that are unreal, where other people are like, that can't be, You can't experience that, and you're the type of person to make it happen. And the reason is you have recently shifted. I was almost getting this analogy of a mirror that was cursed, like in a fairy tale. You have seen yourself all your life in a way that was, not real. You couldn't really see who you truly are. Like, your true value and worth. But right now, it's lifted, almost like a storm. I was seeing a storm was coming, and suddenly after the storm, everything was clear. And it's like, there is no way you're ever going to settle again. And this is what truly means to experience a fairy tale romance. Because when we're experiencing fairy tale love, okay, this has nothing to do with being in a castle, princess dresses and, fancy dinners. And there's like this knight in shining armor, and he is on his horse, riding to you. Like, honestly, I was thinking about it. A modern knight is not a man who's showing up with a sword, quote unquote. He is showing up with intention. Okay? This man that is headed your way, like that type of love that is headed your way, that person, okay? Whoever that is, take what resonates, it's gender neutral. But that person, the energy is devotion, okay? Admiration, gallantry, being honored to be the man who is allowed to win your heart, who is allowed to court you. Because okay, let's think about courting for a second. Courting means that you pick someone, you choose someone wholeheartedly because of who they are. You do not want that relationship because of the title or because of their looks. You want to be with that person because of who they are. And this is the type of love that you are about to experience. And I want you to know that this person that's headed your way, let's look a little bit more into who they are. Spirit, give us some insights. I was hearing they have no ulterior motives, okay? You're used to being blindsided and betrayed in your love life, I'm hearing, and that is over, okay? The Chariot. This is someone, okay, this is the energy of your new person. This is someone who moves slowly, who is not boastful, not bragging, not like all out there and, not a macho. He is really rooted in a grounded energy. Someone who makes you feel how special you are, but not because he wants everyone to see it. And he's like, look at me, how amazing I am. He's really someone who has values that you thought were actually don't exist anymore. When you're kind of like, you're giving up on love and you're kind of like, this does not exist anymore. Like, not for me. I'm just gonna give up on this, like, not in my life, But deep down, let's be honest, you truly want it. You want to have a fairy tale romance. You want that type of love you can really rely on. And what you're Drawing in here is what I'm hearing. You're drawing in a stable foundation, because this is not the type of relationship, quote unquote, or romance that's just gonna be for a couple of years, okay? The Chariot is someone, paired with the Knight of Cups, this is emotional fulfillment. This is someone who moves slowly and deliberately with a focus and a sharpness. I'm hearing like this is someone, could be an air sign, like take how it resonates. This is someone who is very sharp in his mind, high intellect, but has a big heart, has a clear and honest intentions, and you're gonna feel it. You're gonna feel it, because honestly, what is happening right now is that romance that you're drawing in is only reflecting your inner shift. Because truth be told, when we're manifesting, it's not about, I was thinking about that recently. It's not about us kind of convincing someone to fall in love with us, okay? It's not about you sitting there hoping, waiting, praying like, oh my God, I hope that knight in shining armor is gonna come my way and save me. No, like you have already saved yourself. You have already seen your own worth. This knight in shining armor is going to see you for who you are. You don't even have to convince him that you're a queen. You don't have to convince him. He's going to see it, because you just are. Because you just are. Your presence alone is the blessing. This is someone who is not going to make you feel like you're just second place in his life. You're just like on the sidelines. But it's also not someone who's going to rush into a relationship. I feel like, when we're rushing into a relationship or we're rushing into love, like sometimes like this, it's exciting, okay? It's beautiful to be in love. It's exciting and exhilarating. But if you want to truly build a stable foundation for yourself, you also need to be able to invest time. And we're all impatient, right? We wish sometimes we could just snap and boom, we'd be in that relationship. But sometimes we're not energetically, we're not there yet, and that's okay, It's like, for me, true love, okay? The love that we really, truly desire, like the love that feels like home, is worth waiting for. And you have waited long enough. You've really done the work. I'm hearing your guides are saying you've done the work. You've done the work, and sometimes you're asking yourself like, okay, but where is the prize? And I want you to know, like, this is your sign that the prize is coming, okay? But because you are the prize. I recently heard this kind of like in my mind, it's like, you found the love of your life. And that's you, like, you found the love of your life that is literally you, and now the person who's also gonna see who you are is about to come into your reality, is about to enter your reality. Okay, Spirit, who is this person? Give us a little bit more on who they are, what they're like. Okay, yes. Oh my God, yeah, I am sensing that they are going to awaken some sort of innocence with you. This person is going to connect you to almost like if there was a map of who you are, like your true self. They are going to come in and connect you to a part of yourself that you thought you had lost. And they are going to do it in such a gentle way, Earlier, Spirit was telling me like, your guides want you to believe in a fairy tale romance again and really sit there and define it for yourself. If let's say you're watching Disney movies and stuff like that, they want you to know like, yes, a love like that is possible for you. But it's not about a castle, it's not about the aesthetics, okay? The aesthetics are amazing. Like, sure, you can have moonlit nights, where you're dancing and there are fireflies around you and it's like so mystical and magical. But this is not what a fairy tale romance is all about. It's really about the two people who are in this love, like in love with each other. It's not the external that makes it special. It's about the connection. It's about the depth. It is about two souls that really choose each other, that really commit to each other, that see, like when you see a person for who they truly are and you accept them wholeheartedly, this is a connection that is truly rooted in unconditional love. It's a soft and gentle connection. It's a love that does not demand, that is authentic and genuine, okay? When you're thinking about a knight in shining armor, what is that all about? It's not about the armor. It's not about the horse. It is about someone who really has values, okay? The armor or the horse or the sword does not make the knight. It's the values that that person has. It is that he is a gentle soul. He has his heart, in the right place. Like, you're never going to experience this with that person. These times are over. This is going to be harmonious. It's going to bring you a sort of an inner peace. And Spirit is saying, pay close attention to how you feel around this person, okay? When you meet them, you're gonna feel sort of recharged, okay? After you spend time with them, you're gonna feel recharged. You're going to feel inspired. That person is going to bring out the best in you. In some relationships in the past, people have really pushed your buttons. It was kind of karmic. It was for you to learn a lesson. It was for you to outgrow those cycles that you weren't meant to be in the first place. But sometimes we just have to learn, okay? Life is about learning lessons, which is not always pleasant, but you're done with that. Like, I feel you're really done learning lessons. And because you went and learned your lessons really in the hard way, you were really determined to get out of that. You're someone who's very gentle, very soft, and that is why you need someone who is very gentle and soft too, who really allows you to rest in that energy. And for me, a knight is strong in his softness and gentleness. The strength is not coming from being hard and cold. The strength is coming from sort of a clarity, okay? This is a person who has a lot of clarity and a lot of values. I'm seeing really someone who is determined to make your life as easy as possible. But for that, it is kind of necessary that you put yourself into that position to, like the Fool at the bottom of the deck. It is necessary that you leave behind whatever happened in your past relationships, whatever hurt you have gone through, and realize that, yes, that is part of your story. But you don't have to choose it anymore. You don't have to identify with that version anymore, because that's not you. You know deep down that it's possible for you. But it's almost, when we're manifesting, it's not only about knowing it rationally that that we can have it, but more so being the person who has it, like being the person by giving that stuff to yourself. Let's say that princess treatment, which is real. Like, you can be treated like a princess, but it starts with you, okay? Okay, for the end, let me also use this deck. By the way, change at the bottom. You're not the type of person you used to be in the past. Whereas like with betrayal, are you kidding me? You have been through a fair share of betrayal in your life, especially in your love life, where I feel like These were lessons learned, and you're done, okay? You have learned your lessons. You're at the point where I really feel like you would rather spend the time alone than to have someone who doesn't value you, who doesn't appreciate you, who, where your needs aren't met because you've been pouring so much into yourself that you just simply will not accept it any longer. This is where you truly find peace. I'm sensing like your guys are saying like it's like coming home. This is the love that is, don't get me wrong, okay? Of course it's going to be exciting at times. Of course it's going to be fiery, but most of all, it's going to be grounded and calm. This is that type of love where you feel like you have arrived finally, where you are free to be who you truly are. You don't have to play a role. You don't have to wear a mask for that person. You can unravel and just be you, okay? And for this, Spirit is saying the way that you draw it in fully is by being the most authentic self. You can be like, be yourself. Treat yourself the way that you want to be treated right now. Like, you have seen your own beauty. It's almost reminding me with that shape of that mirror in the beginning of the reading where I was saying there was kind of like that curse where you didn't see yourself for who you truly are, and now you see yourself for the first time, really. And because of that, you're no longer waiting for someone to come along and be like, oh my God, hopefully someone's gonna see that in me and like treat me like that. No, you're like, I'm gonna treat myself like that. And if someone comes along and sees my value, I might entertain it. But you don't beg for breadcrumbs anymore. With that delay, take this as a sign that if it's delayed right now, I am hearing true love is worth waiting for. I'm gonna leave it at that. Because you already know, you can feel it, you can sense it, like it's inevitable. It is inevitable. But it's not like, Spirit is saying don't settle for someone who comes along, and gives you half of it and just settle and fall into the old, fall into that old pattern, because that's not you anymore. That is over once and for all. Guys, if you are ready to fully tap into that energy, if you want to lock it in fully, I do offer my one-on-one guidance calls where we can talk about whatever you wish to manifest. In this call, I can give you my advice, and I have a whole workbook. It's called Honeymoon Forever. It really embodies this idea of love that lasts, that kind of fairy tale romance, because we can all manifest that, and it starts with us embodying it in the here and now. No longer chasing, no longer waiting. You're redefining what it means for you. And if you're ready to do that, it's on sale right now. Like, honestly, this has been the game changer for me personally. I've gathered all my insights from coaching, put them into that workbook. And well, thank you so much for being here, being part of this community. I am honestly grateful. You guys mean the world to me. I'm not kidding. And subscribe for more, of course. And I'm gonna see you around in the next one.